I guess where we should start is Zeus.
What about him?
Your feelings towards him?
He's an arsehole.
Is that it in a nutshell?
Well, after being married to the guy for quite a long time, he treats me like dirt. He slept with my sister. And now we're living with that love child under our roof. Fantastic.
So how do you feel about, quote, the love child or Persephone?
Angry. It's the only word I can really focus on.
What do you think about her being missing?
Well, I can pretend to care for Zeus's sake, but really, she should have gone ages ago.
Do you have any idea where she is?
No, none at all.
Do you think your husband has any influence in where she is?
No, none at all.
How hard are you trying to find her?
I could try harder, but I don't really like the girl, if I'm being honest with you. She's not my child.
Speaking of children, why did you get rid of yours?
I don't really like to talk about that, but if we have to go into it, they were ugly.
Bit shallow, don't you think?
Not shallow, just I want the idea of a perfect family, so if Zeus can't give me that, then I have to keep trying.
But what about a perfect family for your children? Just because they're ugly doesn't necessarily
Ugly doesn't mean
they can't
perfect.
find someone. Why don't you talk to Aphrodite? She'll find someone for them.
Ugly isn't perfect, they deserve to die.
Hephaestus has done quite well for himself. I mean, he's now the main blacksmith, making all the lightning bolts for his father.
Fantastic, he's still not the leading man though, is he?
Well, but he's only not the leading man because you managed to disfigure him so badly, throwing him from Olympus.
But, he was kind of messed up in the first place, really.
Why didn't you go back and try and get him again? Why did you take pity on him and let him live?
Because, I am his mum, so I've got to think about that. Maybe I should have thought about, before I tried to kill him, obviously.
So you do have a conscience?
I think I have a conscience in the way that, everyone deserves a second chance. So if you don't die the first time, you should, leave the person alone.
You've earned your right to survive.
I've earned my right. The idea of a perfect family and a perfect marriage is all I ever wanted for me and Zeus, but clearly he has to shag everything that moves, so...
How do you feel about this repeating history? I mean, there was Hercules, there was obviously Persephone, or quite a lot of the demigods are his by design.
It's upsetting. It's hard to deal with, actually. Having one of the most powerful husbands of all time can be quite hard to deal with. And also, living in his shadow quite a lot of the time, which is slightly upsetting.
Why don't you just chuck him and find someone else to make perfect?
Because he gives me a certain element of power that no one else would. And I need that, so I put up with him and his mistresses.
Do you not think you have power on your own?
Not enough. And I wouldn't have enough respect if I left Zeus. I feel like people on a certain level respect me because I am Zeus's wife and he will stick up for me no matter what. However, if I left Zeus, that would be a different problem within itself and he'd also take it out on me. Not that I'm not powerful enough to handle it, I'd just rather be clever about it.
Do you think he loves you?
I think he loves me to a certain extent. I think he cares about me a lot, but he cares about me like a mother, like an old mother. He doesn't find me attractive anymore. And he is kind of putting out, he really wants to sleep with other people, so he's kind of satisfying himself in that need everywhere else, and then he comes home to me as a wife. So it's kind of like he likes the idea of this relationship, but as love is concerned, he goes elsewhere. And it's not very nice, especially when the daughter of my sister is living in the same house as me after having sex with my husband. My sister, not Persephone.
Thanks for clearing that up for us.
It's all right.
So what is the dynamic between you and Demeter like?
I'd say a bit upsetting, obviously, after she slept with my husband. It's not, every day you find out that a family member, especially a sister, goes and sleeps with your husband.
So she seems so oblivious to it. How does that make you feel?
Angry to a certain extent, but, I just can't trust her now either. I haven't trusted Zeus for years, so you just got to be firm, direct, and move on.
Are you a revengeful person?
That's a hard question, actually. I wouldn't say I was very revengeful, but at the same time, I don't like putting up with things.
You're more of one of those people who does it underneath.
I like things to be
Behind closed
perfect,
doors.
and I like things to be done swiftly, directly, and I don't really care who gets hurt in the way if it means that the overall outcome will be better.
Is that why you got rid of Persephone?
I'm not answering that question.
So you're not admitting to getting rid of her, but you're also
I didn't
not.
get rid of Persephone.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Did you play a part in her disappearance?
I think that Persephone decided to disappear on her own, and I might have been able to help her a little bit.
Because it seems like you are the only goddess with a motive.
I haven't done anything wrong.
Any more questions? Thank you very much.